Weld School. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Demon BlueArc 200STI-ACDC power source. Really excited about testing this machine out. This is a great little about 30-pound machine that packs a big punch. This is a great machine for the do-it-at-home hobbyist welder, schools, even bigger manufacturing companies that need more power, because of the fact that this thing can run off of a 110 or a 220 input power. So really, it's got low power, high power, everything in between, and it's got all the bells and whistles on it, which we will break into here shortly. Because it is an inverter technology machine, it's going to be nice, compact, lightweight, and something you can really just take on the go with you for some repair welds in the field. Tuck it away in somebody's garage so that way it doesn't take up a bunch of space. Just really a great little machine that we're excited to test out. I want to start out by saying thank you to Mr. Blue Demon, who has been extremely generous to the ECC welding program for years. They have made so many donations to our welding contests, just the program in general, and really excited to add some more Blue Demon materials and equipment here in our shop. Awesome shirt here from Mr. Blue Demon. So I just want to say thank you to begin with for all the support that you have given us here in our welding program. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to begin to break this open and take a look at all the components and what's all included in this setup here. Again, this is the BlueArc 200 STI ACDC. It's got pulse on there and all kinds of other settings. Hang out with me. Let's go ahead and break into this and check it out. First things first, let's take a look at this machine. I am really impressed. The black sleek color is awesome. It's more of a matte black. It's not shiny or anything like that. Just a really nice looking machine. It's got the nice Blue Demon logo on the side here. What I really like is that it's metal, not plastic like some of the competition out there. We're bringing this out in the field. We want to ensure that we got a nice solid, sturdy machine. Just the overall face of this thing really is impressive. The black and blue, it looks awesome. I can see all of my settings here, and it looks easy to read. So we got a gas button. We got here some waveforms for AC. It looks like we have square, sine, soft square, or conventional square. And we also have a triangular waveform. That's pretty impressive on such a small machine. We have our MMA, manual metal arc welding, so basically stick. And we have a couple options here: hot start, arc force, and current. Here we have pre-flow. We have our starting amperage and upslope when we're talking about 2T, 4T. we get to our peak amperage, we can see that we have the drop down here for our pulsing. We have, pulses per second. We're going to have our background pulse and our main current, or our, peak amperage. Downslope here, finish amperage, or your ending amperage, and then we also have our post flow. We got a AC frequency here, so we can adjust our frequency on our AC for some aluminum welding. It looks like we have some presets that we can do for memory. So if we know we're gonna want to save something that we're going to use again and again, it's great to have that memory just hit boom, memory 1, boom, memory 2, whatever it might be, and we're good to go. We have some TIG button here, which is just basically between AC and DC TIG. And then we have modes 2T, 4T, and spot welding. We got our different hookups here. So we have our gas. Looks like we have a positive and negative, and we have our remote and foot pedal hookups down here on the front of the machine. So everything's right here, easy to access. We don't have to flip up any panels to get to it. Just really, really nice looking machine here. Let's take a look at the back of this thing. Here we have our on-off power switch, and we have our gas hookup here. We got our cooling fan, and I always like when they tell us a little bit about the input power and our duty cycle, which is also nice. So this is a single phase hookup only, and we can be at 230 volts or 110. Right now I currently have the 230 volt plug-in hooked up right now. And worth mentioning, this is a 50 or 60 hertz input. So here in the US or overseas, plug and play. So pretty sweet. It looks like TIG, we can get 60% duty cycle at 200 amps with our 230 volt hookup, and we can do about 60% at 140 amps at a 110 hookup. Just absolutely impressive. Stick, 180 amps, 60%, and 120 amps at 60%. So, if you're the home hobbyist and you're just doing some repair welds or just actually welding for fun, you just have a 110 hookup, it looks like you'll have no problem actually making some decent welds. I mean, you're going to be able to run even an 1/8 inch 6010 with this, no problem. So good looking machine, love it. Let's check out everything else that came with it. We're going to start out, we have our 110 adapter. Okay, so we can just take our 230, plug this in, bada bing, bada boom, we're up and running. And actually, here we go, it's kicking on right now. Ground clamp, what I like about all of the components in here is that just about everything is 20 foot. So we got a 20-foot ground clamp. It's nice and sturdy. Okay, we got our little DINS connector here. We can hook up in a hurry. We want to make sure that we got some nice solid cables. Here we have our stinger. Probably about a 200 amp stinger. This is great. Look at this TIG torch. So we have one remote hookup, gas hookup, and a power hookup. It's already covered. You don't have to worry about buying any additional covering for this. And it feels thick, solid, but it's flexible enough where you're not going to get it all bound up when you're trying to weld. So overall, wow. Here we have a 26 series torch, and we have our on-off setting there. for 2T, 4T, things like that as well. But yeah, I'm impressed. I like the feel of this torch. Feels good. This torch. We have a gas hookup for the back of the machine from your argon tank, and this is a 10-foot whip. Okay, so we got a 10-foot whip. We got a regulator here. A couple extra components for your gas hookup. And we have our foot pedal. I like it. It's lightweight, but it's solid. You know, it's all metal. It's not plastic, so we can adjust. Very nice. I like that it's 20 foot. You know, that's the worst when, you know, these connections are too short. And I want to take my torch, I want to take my foot pedal, and I want to move. If I got a big workspace, I might want to hop to the other side of that table and start to weld, and I don't have to worry about trying to move a machine just so I can get to where I want to be. Last thing that I noticed in this package is a nice little starter TIG set. Looks like we got a 16th inch thoriated tungsten. We got a couple of end caps or tails. We got a little flat cap and a full tail here. We have a couple of collets, collet body, and are these all? So we got a 5, 6, and 7 size nozzle for this. So that's what you get with the purchase of the BlueArc 200STI-ACDC pulse machine. So this is just round one of the video, so I'm going to go ahead and post this one, and then shortly here I'll post another one. We're actually going to test everything out on this. We want to really dive into the settings. We're going to run some AC, we're going to run some stick, you know, some DC TIG, might throw some oddballs in there, maybe even some silicon bronze, some stainless. Try to hit it all and really see how this thing operates. Maybe even max it out and see if I can get that duty cycle to trip or not. So let's see what happens. Hang tight, and we will be back shortly.